He won the crucial California primary and was poised for the Democratic nomination.
My thanks to all of you, and now on to Chicago and let's win.
Then he was shot. It seemed impossible, she writes, that the same kind of disaster could befall our family twice in 5 years. In fiction, I would have put it aside as incredible. Once again, the American nation and the rest of the world watched the Kennedys, led by Bobby's 11 children, mourn and somehow bear their grief gracefully. They never knew exactly how Joseph Kennedy felt. He was paralyzed and speechless from a stroke in 1961. And they never again saw the full vigor of the famous toothy smile he transmitted to all the children. He strove for years to recover some speech and movement, and the family included him in everything, aware that he understood, even if he could not comment. But they also protected him from further shock. When the president was assassinated, they unplugged the TV sets and waited a day before telling him. After Bobby's death, he declined, and died a few months later, with Rose kneeling at his bedside, holding his hand. That left one surviving male.
It's a great pleasure for me now to present an old friend from back home in Massachusetts, Senator Ted Kennedy.
Senator Edward Kennedy now carries not only the leadership of his family, but a political legacy millions of Americans will not let him abandon. Rose says, "They told me I was crazy to have a 9th child, but if I'd not, I would have no son now."
I think when he was little, they did, of course, treat him as a little brother. He used to fix the sails for them, and they used to give him instructions, more or less. And I can remember his oldest brother, Joe, teaching him and encouraging him to dive from a big cliff down at Eden Rock. I was there quite by accident that afternoon, and my heart really beat when I saw this little youngster at the top of a rock and his brother below in the water saying, "Dive, Teddy." And of course Teddy dove because he knew Joe was there to save him if he sank. But the child had so much confidence in his older brother that he did, follow his instructions.
Rose Kennedy Remembers will continue in a moment.
If you could taste time, caring, dedication, if you could taste the sun, rain, fresh air, if you could taste tradition and pride, this is what it would taste like every time. With a name like Smucker's, it has to be good.
Computer companies, software companies, they're a dime a dozen.
You got it.
Telephone companies, there must be 1,000 of them.
True.
So why is it always NYNEX?
Kate, you want a dozen brands of software and computers?
Stop, please.
Plus 100 years of telephone experience in one company?
Yeah.
That's NYNEX.
So without NYNEX, I suppose hell would freeze over?
You're watching the A&E Cable Network, the best in comedy, drama, documentaries, and the performing arts.
You're a discriminating viewer, and you need to keep abreast of the finest in comedy, drama, documentaries,